Hello everyone, it's player ratings time. Yes, the joy upon joy falls upon me because Chris Pajak is at a family birthday party. Good on you, Chris. Good on you. At least I know that he's got to watch this game back, knowing the result before Monday's final word show. Anyway, let's get stuck into it. Alisson. I'm going to give Alisson a 6. Possibly. I don't see he had a bad game, really. I just probably his least commanding of games. I don't really put any blame at his feet for the equaliser. Once you're out, the job of your defenders is to go and cover the line, is to go and help, and maybe we could have done that a little bit better, but it's a great finish from Lacazette. He goes out, he makes himself big, he's there. If it's, I put it this way, if Lacazette underhits it slightly, he saves it, as it is. He puts it exactly where he needs to put it to score. But a couple of times when he's palmed stuff out, we got a bit lucky with one in the first half, very similar to the goal that we scored. The Milner score was very similar with Leno palming it out. So, yeah, not great from Alisson, but ultimately, all right. Trent Alexander-Arnold, poor. Really, really poor from Trent today. I'm giving him a 5. I'd understand if people want to go lower. I've not gone lower than that today. By and large, he was okay. I don't think he was absolutely horrendous. I've seen some genuinely abysmal performances. There's a wonderful moment of quality when he plays the ball through to Roberto Firmino, leading up to the goal that was disallowed. That showed you some of the great stuff that Trent brings to his game. A couple of times where he was just caught out of position against Aubameyang, but yeah, not a great performance. I'll give him a 5. Along the back four, I'm going to give Joe Gomez. And if Gomez is 7. I'd understand if people want to go slightly higher on that, but no, I thought it was a good performance from Joe Gomez. Virgil van Dijk, I've gone for an 8, and this is where I've kind of gone. I've gone for me higher ratings, and with Van Dijk being an 8, that could have been an absolute, undeniable, nailed on 10 out of 10 performance from Virgil van Dijk. He should have a hat-trick in that game. He doesn't. And so ultimately, I don't want to mark him down per se for that, but look, Liverpool haven't kept a clean sheet, and he had the ball completely unmarked inside their 18-yard box and didn't score. So I think he's good enough to do that, and you need your big players to step up in big moments, and he's had a couple of big moments there, and I think if he scores them, I almost don't think we bat an eyelid. We extol the virtues of this world-class defender we've got. So by the same token, if he doesn't take them, I don't want to say disappointed, but I can't mark him higher than an 8 for that. Andy Robbo, I'll give him a 7 as well. Does what Andy Robertson does, to be honest. Up and down all day. Good, by and large, good positioning. Linked the attack. There was one great moment where he started a counter-attack just by his pure determination to win the ball back. So yeah, very, very good from him. Fabinho, not a good game for him, really. I think we all know that. I'll give him a 5 as well. Because again, he was okay, but I think given what we've seen from in the last week, and we saw some really, really good positive performances, he just looked a little slow, a little lacklustre today, and it was by and large okay, but again, not disastrous, not horrendous. He's not cost us in that game by not being at the races, so I don't think he deserves to be marked down more, but it wasn't a good performance. So for me, 5 out of 10. Wijnaldum, I'm going to give Genie. I'll give Genie a. I could make a case for a 7, but I'll give him a 6 because. No, you know what? No, I'll give him a 7 because I thought he was absolutely fine. But I could go 6 or 7 to perfectly honest. It's not his fault. I think he spent a lot of the game wiping Fabinho's ass, and he was limited as a result. But still fine in possession, still very good at making it, turning around. Such a positive player. I love Gini Wijnaldum to bits, and he was good, but I think maybe limited by the midfield that he had around him. James Milner, I will give an 8 to James Milner because of the goal. I actually thought he was our best midfielder on the day. Work rate, he actually, he shifts position massively in the second half and had a bit more of an impact in the final third, as evidenced by the goal, of course. I love James Milner. Basically caved his own head in against Joe Gomez, gets up, and then goes and starts winning headers again. Love him to bits. I think there's a strong case for James Milner, man of the match on a Liverpool perspective there, but let me know yours in the comments. Forward line, it's tricky, isn't it? Mane, I don't think he was particularly good, but do you give him a mark for the assist? I guess it is positive running, the driving into the box causes the problem that leads to the goalkeeper spilling out. So I will give Mane a 7, but I'll give him a 7. I think a 6 for Roberto Firmino, which is funny because he very nearly gets the goal, but his all-round play just looks it's not clicking for him so far this season, and this was a game where we could have done with him being a bit more. His decision making's not great. He's dropping deeper to try and get on the ball, and whether that's a sense of frustration, I don't know, or just are we diluting him a little bit by having changed his position in the team a little bit? I really don't know, but not great from him. And Mohamed Salah, is it harsh to give him a 6? I'd probably give him a 7 just because he was dangerous. There's that moment very late on where he bursts into the channel, cuts back inside, and if he can just pick Sadio Mane out, you win that game. And he doesn't, so I can't give him any higher than a 7, and I think a 7 might be a stretch. But you know what? I'll give him a 7 because he was a bit of a threat. But and then substitute Shaqiri 6, Matip 6, whatever. Who cares? They didn't do enough. They didn't have enough time on the pitch to influence. Shaqiri looked exciting. Maybe we could have brought him on a little bit earlier. Maybe you go a little bit braver and take one of the midfield off and push him on. I don't know. It was very finely balanced, wasn't it? Let me know your player ratings in the comments below. It's a tough one this week. It's very hard to be very overly positive about things, and yet we live in a world where Liverpool are top of the Premier League. Mad, isn't it? Isn't it mad? I'll talk more about the madness on the Twitter reactions, just coming up in a little bit on the channel. Stay tuned a little bit later on as well. We've got the instant match reactions with me and Tom sitting down and discussing this, picking the bones in a bit more long form. That'll be available both on the YouTube channel and as a podcast if you want to catch up with that later on, so do get involved. Listen, do us a favour. Drop a like on the video to try and cheer me up. That would be much appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Why would you not? And also the final word, if you want an hour where we work out what happened there, we're going to dive into it in far more depth and detail on the redmentv.com Monday afternoon. That'll be there, so get involved with all that. Thanks for watching. See you all soon.